Hi, my name's Ilma and welcome to my channel. I've been posting Christian vlogs 12 straight years every day. Today I'd like to share Exodus 13 verses 11 to 16. Here's the word of God. When the Lord brings you into the land of the Canaanites, as he swore to you and your fathers, and shall give it to you, you shall set apart to the Lord all that first opens the womb. All the firstborn of your animals that are males shall be the Lord's. Every firstborn of a donkey you shall redeem with a lamb. Or if you will not redeem it, you shall break its neck. Every firstborn of man among your sons you shall redeem. And when in time to come your son asks you, "What does this mean?" you shall say to him, "By a strong hand the Lord brought us out of Egypt, from the house of slavery. For when Pharaoh stubbornly refused to let us go, the Lord killed all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of animals. Therefore I sacrificed to the Lord all the males that first opened the womb, but all the firstborn of my sons I redeem. It shall be as a mark on your hand or frontlets between your eyes, for by a strong hand the Lord brought us out of Egypt." Exodus 13, 11 to 16. Here's the poem I wrote inspired by those verses. Remembrance of God's deliverance. The Lord brought the Israelites out of the land of slavery. He wants his people to never forget this day of deliverance. God wanted all the firstborn males, both animals and man, as sacrifice. They must all be offered to him so they won't forget God's goodness. This was a condition to recall how God rescued them out of Egypt. It was a reminder how he saved his people from their cruelty. Here's my commentary. Why was it important for God to require the Israelites the offering of the firstborn? It was a reminder for them how the Egyptians idolized their firstborns. This was why God killed all their firstborns. He didn't want his own people to follow the idolatry practiced by the Egyptians. The Lord separated his people from them, and they are not to follow the ways of the wicked. When they offer the firstborns to God, they will be reminded of the wonderful deeds that God brought about so they can be freed from the slavery of sin. It is essential for all believers to never forget the miracles and how he punished evil ways of the Egyptians. Even in our present lives, it is important for us to remember how God has freed us from our flesh and sins through the perfect sacrifice of the firstborn, Jesus. Reflection. What happens when we don't recall the wonderful deeds of God's deliverance? Well, we fall into sin, and because we are sinners ourselves, which is a result of Adam and Eve's sin, we have a tendency to constantly focus ourselves on ourselves instead of on God. So when we don't remember the importance of what God has done for us to save us from sin, we can easily be following our flesh and our sinful ways. So it's important for us to always remember. When I was in different churches, they never talk about the wonderful deeds of God in Egypt. And in the Reformed Church, we always hear it every Sunday, that we are to be reminded of what God has done for us so that we never forget and we never stay faithful to the Lord. Thanks for watching. I hope you check my website at ILMA'S.com for artworks and photographs. And if you haven't already, check over 3,000 videos I've done on YouTube or Google search, type ILMA'S Poem Devotional. Have a wonderful day.